In this episode we'll complete the forward control support for the Triumph Bonneville. Hey folks, I'm Custom Cez for Roma Custom Bike, and we're back for part 2 of the installation of custom forward controls on a Triumph Bonneville. By the end of this project, we'll have made this! A custom support made from scratch that we will use to install the forward controls. While we're at it, we'll move the original brake pump, and we'll bleed and reset the brake hydraulic system. In part 1, we fabricated the support bracket and took care of relocating the brake pump and reservoir. If you missed it, please check the link in the description so you can get up to speed with this project. Now we need to tackle the shifter side. I mark the center of the plate and we proceed with drilling the support hole. Then I can remove the original shift lever. We'll mount it pointing down so that we can connect it with the extension bar that we got from the kit. The extension will connect the forward control lever, effectively transferring motion to the shifter box. The universal kit is definitely not a bolt-on kit. Everything needs to be modified and adjusted starting from the extension bar itself. First, I cut to size the external cylinder. Then, after measuring how much of the thread bar I need to stick out, I cut that too. Now I'll either improve or ruin a perfectly fine shifter level. I need to drill the hole that will allow the extension to be hooked up to it. Everything is ready. All I need to do is screw in the threaded bar into the new shifter. Then insert the outer sleeve and screw in the connector that will screw onto the drilled out original lever. This way, every movement of the new shifter can be mechanically transferred to the gearbox. We cut out the excess material from the original lever and it looks pretty clean. Awesome! It's coming out cool! After a night of well-deserved rest, I'm right back at it. A quick curing cycle in the oven and I got myself some nicely powder-coated parts. I've done so many videos on the subject that I've decided not to document the process this time, but if you're interested, check the description for a link to my powder coating playlist and you will know everything there is to know. I guarantee it. If you're in Europe, you can check the site www.verniciapolvere.it to find powder coating equipment and powders even in small quantities. Once all parts have cooled off, I put them back on the bike for the 743rd time. Hopefully, this is the last one. This additional support was added after hours last night. It's for the voltage regulator so that we can get it off the front fork. We didn't like it there. Every piece finds its place back on the bike, and I've got to tell you, I like what I see. To get the brake pump to work in its new location, I have to extend the hydraulic hose that connects it to the brake caliper. I try to route it the most discreet way possible all the way to the pump. Then I install the fitting. The pump and the right peg are also installed for what I hope is the final time. I think I can see the end of the tunnel here. Just like for the hydraulic hose, the stoplight switch cable needs to be extended. Before continuing with the work, I have some pretty amazing news to tell you. Starting in September, we'll be launching the new DIY web series called Roland Master Maker, with the valuable support of Roland DG Mid Europe that has given me the free access to their equipment, from the printers to the mills, and to their knowledge and support database. In each episode, I will be exploring a DIY manufacturing project that spans outside the motorcycle realm. This will allow me to document projects of a larger interest, but retaining the Roma Custom Bike spirit. So, don't forget to subscribe and to click the little bell so that you will receive a notification as soon as I post a new video. Thank you to Roland for this great opportunity, and a special thanks goes to you guys for helping me getting to this point. Now, let's get back to work. Now that everything is in place, I can bleed the brake system. It's not a difficult process, but if it's not done properly, it can take all day and it can compromise the quality of the braking. First of all, I need to loosen the purging fitting on the brake caliper and connect it to a length of clean plastic hose. The hose needs to be routed upward and then looped around a couple of times so that the oil that will come out of the caliper will form a sort of a one-way valve that won't allow the air to flow back into the system. Then everything is secured with a zip tie. Now I can open the reservoir tank and fill it up with .5 brake oil, trying not to make a mess like I'm doing right now. To bleed the system and flush out all the air, I start pumping the lever. And when the system is full, oil starts pouring out of the bleeding valve at the caliper. As you can see, a mixture of oil and air bubble are coming out of the valve. Those air bubbles have to go, because being air a compressible gas, it would compromise the quality of the braking. After quite a lot of pumping and a few oil refills, we can see that the air bubbles are diminishing until they disappear. At this point, I can tighten the bleeding valve and then remove the plastic hose. The reservoir can also be closed at this time, and the braking system is ready to go. Well, actually is ready to stop. But anyway, it's time to remove the center stand and glance at the result of our hard work. I'm very happy with what we did. The different elements of design are well implemented with the functionality of this project. The parts that we made from scratch came out really nice and blend in with the existing pieces like if they were conceived at the same time. The powder coating came out very nice, and although I like the rough metal look, the paint makes everything look more professional. Now all is left to do is try the bike out and see if everything works.
I'm a normal guy, I got no access. Bring the rule to give up on my business, and it's space that they get in my face, and they don't stop, no. People scoff the load to get the best hit. When they need it, arbitron force it. When they do it's something for you. When time bomb, tick tock, tick. Oh, I don't push it. 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 I know there's someone that to get.
Wow, the test drive went very well. Thanks to Polsky Rage's incredible work, and this time he really surpassed himself, we managed to complete yet another successful project. I'd like to invite you to subscribe to the channel, click the like button and check out our other videos on the series. I'm Custom Cez for Roma Custom Bike, and I'll see you next time.